Good morning. How are you this morning? Hey, partner, you up? What you doing, partner? How you doing this morning, sweetheart? Mm-hmm. Okay. To an appointment, and I got and the doctor was out for the day. I was mad at them people. I said, why y'all didn't call me and let me know that before I got out the bed? We apologize. I said, I'm already down here. I'm gonna see somebody. Good morning, you guys. We had an off day today and Friday, and school finally officially start on Monday. So I'm just trying to come in here and do the lab thing. I was watching CNN and they was talking about the national debt now is like $40 trillion. 40 trillion, ain't that something? And they did all this cutting with all these programs and all this stuff, but the debt still, it don't went up. Now it's at 40 trillion. So what was the purpose of you cutting all of this? I just don't understand it. That's why I encourage everybody to do their due diligence and vote. Just don't vote for anybody. You read and you see what they stand for. They stand for any of the views that you would like to see. Because now, for some reason, you got these what they call it, progressive or socialist Democrat. They winning because it's like people was hurting out here. I always been a moderate Democrat. I always been a moderate Democrat, but this the thing. When my kids got grown, and they all got college degrees, a partner, they all got master's degrees. Excuse me, but for some reason, they turned to more of a progressive Democrat. And I was like, and I was puzzled. And I asked them, I said, why would you go, what is your views of being a progressive Democrat? And it's like the cost of living, mom. You know, we work, we got jobs, be salary or whatever. We go to work, the taxes, you barely got enough to pay this. Your rent is extremely high. And it was like probably was raised in a household, which I was, that moderate Democrats, you accept that stuff. They get in office and they side with Republicans and people still, and it was like enough of that. And now to this day, when I listen to these young, and it's not even my children, I listen to a lot of young people, and a lot of them, even my kids, when they friend come visit, they all got degrees. One of them is about to be a nurse. One of them work downtown, big office job. They all got degrees. They all went to college. Every last one of them is progressive. And I started to listen to them and listen to what they were saying, and it was like they need to bring down the cost of living. It just extremely too high. You can go get a place and rent a place, and it's $600. That same place, these people be wanting $1,300, $1,400 a month in rent. Then you got other things that you're trying to pay, and then you barely can keep your head above water. Then you got the richest of the rich out here, they ain't paying nothing. You know, then you working for them folks. They want to pay you an average of 14 or $15 an hour, and they sitting up on a yacht somewhere. You know, and I started to listen to these young folks, and they was telling the truth, and that's wrong. People shouldn't be out here struggling. Then we got these wars. They want to send millions and millions of dollars to fight the war, but people at home over here is hungry. So I'm like, it's just ass backwards. Something is wrong. This have to change. And that's the first thing I woke up and I saw this morning. It's 40 trillion with a T in debt. Then this man on here talking about he want to redo the White House. Y'all should have saw him this morning talk. He want to do the ground, a helicopter pad, and people out here hungry. So I'm ready. This year, we vote for governor in my state, Senate, House members or whatever. I'm ready. I'm ready for November. It have to be changed. I was talking to somebody yesterday online, and they were saying they can't wait. I haven't talked to this person in a while, and they reached out to me and they said I can't wait. I just can't wait. These 2 years, I've been struggling. So and everybody feeling this stuff. You go out and go school shopping. I work out of school. I go out. I remember like, dang, I remember I got this right here. For $10. Now this stuff like 19.99. I had to put it back. Cause I also was on a budget. So I know that's right, partner. You was not a Republican. You said I can see that through. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. It don't matter if you poor or you middle class, struggling. You know. So my boy, he came in my room. It was one late night. I was on the iPad laughing at something. It probably had to been around 1 in the morning. You know, them young people. Well, I be going to bed late too. He came in my room. He said, "Ma, you sleep?" I said, "No, boy." I said, "You see this iPad on?" And he said, "You got a minute? I want to talk to you about something." And I said, "Sure." I cut the iPad off. I was listening to him. He was talking, and he was telling me about. I'm quite sure you all know about how this AI stuff is just running rapid. Taking over people's jobs and everything. Then he said, did you ever hear about in California? It's a restaurant in California, and no employees. The whole restaurant is robots, AI. They cook the food, they serve the food, and he said this the future. He said so all these folks that do those type of jobs, they're gonna be out of a job because they're gonna have these robots generated by AI taking over. Hello, D Nice. How are you this morning, sweetheart? So he was talking to me about that, and he was telling me he might think about going back to school to get another degree because it's like that's his fear. It's that AI stuff taking over the jobs and everything. So then they said Social Security might be solvent in a couple more years. They not tackling that. But like I said, when I got up, clicked that TV on this morning, and that's what I saw. $40 trillion in debt. Then he talking, they want to build some granite concrete for the White House. A ballroom. Oh, we gonna be some beautiful grass over here. And these people out here are struggling. Mm-mm. Yeah, I had the day off and I have tomorrow off. We went, well, for me, we had to start on the 13th. That was a Thursday and Friday. Then they had us come Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's to just prepare for Monday morning when the kids go back to school. And my daughter stay in China. And so we had the day off and tomorrow, so I had to get my hair and stuff done on Saturday. Yeah, I get my hair and stuff done Saturday, so just to get back to work. I'm just so sick of a lot of stuff. I am. Mm-mm. It's one thing I hate. Let me tell you. When you speak to someone and they don't speak back, speaking is free, and they don't speak back. And for me, I always try to push being positive, keeping a smile on somebody's face. That always had been me. Even though I done been through some crap in my life where people try to hurt me and where they actually did hurt me, tear me down, put me down. I've been through a lot of that. And just the thing of it is not who you would think that would be doing that. In particular, a man. Yeah, a man had a hand in that doing me wrong, broke my heart. But it was my family that did that to me. But I had to make some changes in my life and had to remove myself from situations. But I never let that detour me. I never let that determine the rest of my life. Putting people down, tearing people down, I did the opposite. So I can't stand when you speak to someone and they don't speak back because speaking is free. But it take one time for someone to do me like that. I would never speak to them again. When I see them, I look the other way. I don't play them type of games. I don't. I can't stand when people do that. So you all keep that in mind. You speak to somebody and it, like I said, they could be having a bad day. They could have bad day, things not going well. They could have, but they don't make it right for them to not speak. They could have kept that crap at home. Don't bring that to work the first day back. I know a lot of people because I don't want to be back, and I tell anybody that. Nobody want to go back to that stuff. You ain't ready for that. I'm not. But I would never sit there and look past and don't speak to nobody. But they probably got a lot of problems. Who know? Good morning, Delante. Good morning, sweetheart. How you doing this morning? I heard somebody sound like they were changing a flat or something. I don't know what I hear. I had the day off and I had tomorrow off. So I'm trying to tap loose ends. Did this live. I probably just end up mopping my floors. Gotta iron a little bit. Because I'm going tomorrow and pick up my glasses. I gotta look at that schedule. And then come on home. I had a hair appointment. I'm trying to debate should I get my nails done because I have to see. I probably will. I'm gonna have to look and see. Cause you don't want to be spending your whole Saturday up in somebody's chair and Cause we go back Monday. I see my baby boy go back on Tuesday. So I'm gonna let you know. Did I tell you how the official day go when them kids return on Monday? I'm gonna let you know how everything went. But honey, I usually see and don't see. But I know I have to go. I gotta go in my closet and I have to find. I had this nice thick sweater because baby, when we went back to work, they had that air blasting. I was literally shaking almost like I was going to hypothermia. So I had to go in the kitchen, and they had the stove on because it's like it's so cold. And I had to stand by the stove and I still was shaking. So I'm going to have to get on a winter, uh, um, I had to go get me a thicker sweater because I could not take that cold. I never could. And y'all know that. I would have my ear on in the house and I'd be sitting on my patio. So my house don't be hot when I come in, but I can't take that heat. I don't see how they did that. They got that up too high. And everybody, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold. Mm-mm. So I know first thing I gotta get that sweater. Because I can't do that. I just been cleaning and throwing stuff out this morning. I probably end up mopping. And I was planning on cooking this for my dinner today. I was planning on cooking me some tacos for dinner today. And all the trimmings. Everything but the lettuce. I don't trust the lettuce, you guys. I still don't. I still don't trust that lettuce. So I got everything but I gotta cut up my tomatoes and onion because I make my own pico. Yes, I help the it's me and a teacher. Yes. We all go around and help the students that need help. Oh boy. Yes indeed. And then when the children be off the summer, I always say it when them parents come in there, my child don't know this, my child don't know this. I send my child to school. Stop. And I tell the parent, you is your child first teacher, not me. You your child first teacher. So before they even get into the school, they should know a box of crayons. They ain't nothing but a quarter a box, especially if you get them this time of year. They on sale for like, I saw them, 50 cent Target. Get a box of crayon. Go through the color of crayon. White. Get the next one. Yellow. Repeat. What color is this? Yellow. You take time. You get a pencil. Get some paper. Come on, let's practice your name. The parent is the first teacher. But they get in them schools, they act like, no. You supposed to do all of that and feed them. I don't think so. And that's the problem with working in them schools like that because you have parents that think like that. No accountability. They just have them, have them, have them. And they think you're supposed to do wonders. Uh-uh. No. You gonna mess around and find out with me because I tell them in a minute, you the first teacher, not me. So if your child starting preschool and don't know um, what a D is or um, what the color red is, then you expect us to do miracles. Then when they don't happen your way, they didn't teach him shit. Yeah, okay. I can stand parents like that. And my daughter, she's an educator, but like I said, she teaches in China. Now she just moved to Beijing. And we be talking and she was telling me how smart those children is. I said, I bet you, I said, don't they go to school like 12 months a year? She said, no, but they don't have all that time out like American schools do. And she said, they bad. She said, Mama, they bad now. They be doing stuff. She sent me a picture of one little boy. She sent me the video. My daughter teach first grade. She teach first grade. The little boy was stick his hand up his butt and take it and smell this. And I said, and I said, what they doing there? She said, they bad. She said, but they smart. Because the parents take time out with them. I know it. It's for learning. But they expect us, Delante, to do miracles. They coming in don't know nothing. And I mean, it be to a point, it's sad that the kids don't have like proper socks. Um, you next thing you know, you off at work, you stopping at Dollar Tree buying socks. It just, I don't know. Then when you look up the mom expecting again. So, and like I tell anybody, everybody got a story. I raised 2 kids by myself. And it was hard. But both of them came out and did excellent for themselves. I didn't have no problems. Nobody called me, come to no school, no fighting, no nothing. They graduated. I mean, this stuff is almost emotional. Straight A's. Both of them, when they went to college, undergrad, both of them had full rides. I didn't have to pay nothing. When they went to that grad school now, they was on their own. But you guys, I was always told, and I was always told this by a man, a woman cannot raise a cannot raise a male child. He need a male figure in his life. I raised my son. I have a son and daughter. My daughter is 30. My son is 25. I raised them by myself. Wall, everything. All down here. I'm sitting up. Look at that. All the accolades. None of them accolades. All down there. Cabinet full accolades. Principal awards. Accolades. Look at all this stuff. You can see it. Accolades. This my son's book online on Amazon. But somebody told me a woman couldn't do that. That's what they told me. A woman couldn't do it. I proved them fools different. Yes, a woman can. So when people come to me with that rhetoric, I had pictures in my phone. You said a woman can't do what? I did it. But I was told a woman couldn't do it. And I was always told that by men. Yeah, okay. You got kids and they grown. What your kids doing? Where your kids at? Don't never tell nobody what they cannot do. Don't never do that. Because I'm a living testimony that can be done. It was hard. It really was, because I had to try to work. I was a mother and father to them. I cut out my personal life. I didn't have no personal life. Dating and anything, I stopped all of that. I had to raise these kids because nobody else would. I taught myself how to coupon. That was like back then. Taught myself how to coupon, putting them coupons together. Then you adding, subtracting. Okay, this will work if I get this. Then I take this $3 coupon. Then I add this. Oh, dang! So I can get $30 worth of stuff for $5. And I taught myself that, and that's how I was able to make ends meet to buy couponing, buying detergent and toothpaste. I mean the name brand stuff, all of that. Because I had these kids and I was on a tight budget. It can be done. That's why when you walk in these schools and then these parents trying to blame these teachers for everything that their child not doing, that's some BS. The parents is the first teacher, and I'm a living testimony of that. I used to hate to see they coming to school in the morning, little old things, just knee high, and they walking to school by themselves. I took time out with mine. Sure did. Yes, Delante. I took time out. I remember my daughter was in high school, and she had caught the bus, the bus to school. I walked that young lady to that bus stop every morning. Every morning I walked that young lady, and I never forget. She sent me a story about I never forget it. I don't know where the story came from, but she sent me a story about a man. It was this girl would go to the bus stop, and she said it was always be when she go to the bus stop. She said a man will always show up and be standing on the corner, and the young lady was scared. I didn't know who this man was or something, and she didn't know who the man was. She was scared, and I would have been scared too. And she said every morning she would go to school, the man would do that. And come to find out, if they stayed in an apartment on the corner, and the man wife told him to stand on the corner and make sure that baby get on that bus safe to go to school. And they didn't find out, the young lady didn't find out that until she graduated. And my daughter sent me that article, and they was crying and all that. That was emotional. And the young lady found out why that man was standing on the corner. His wife told him to go stand on that corner and make sure that baby get on that bus with nobody bothering her. She invited them to her graduation. She gave them a gift, and I think she's still in contact with them. I mean, I never forget that story because it touched my heart. Because I know what's going on out here. Mm-mm. What? What's going on? This is crazy. I got some stuff I gotta be doing. I'm gonna try to do that. Mm. I love these. I get these from Kroger's. These breakfast burritos, but they raised the prices. I remember I used to get them. They was $1. They raised the price. It was $1.50. So they was on sale back for $1, and I had a coupon. If you buy five, you get $1 off. So I end up getting five for $4. Cause when they went up to like $1.50, I stopped. Cause next thing you know, they're gonna be $2. And I remember for like years and years, they were just $1. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They say everything going up, but your money staying the same. Hello, Vernon. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. You been all right? Oh, you have to clean out your cabinet? Yeah. thank you very much for your kind words. Thank you, sweetheart. I had the day off, and I had tomorrow off. Tomorrow I gotta go pick. I should have went and picked them up today, but I just wanted to rest. Yeah, I know about cleaning out them cabinets. I had one way at the top. I had to wait till my son get that stuff. And when you get to clean out your cabinet, you be finding all type of expired stuff. My sister showed me she cleaned out her freezer. She had, it was packed. She was like, look at this stuff. She showed me a video, sent me a video. Stuff wasn't even open. TV dinners. It was like packs of chicken, packs of hamburger. And she said, I'm not going to eat that stuff because I don't even know how long that been in my freezer because it been pushed to the back. I mean, it's a lot of food. Wasn't even open. And she had to throw out food waste. Because I know what the problem. You have food in your freezer already. Then you go to the grocery store. Excuse me. You go to the grocery store. And you buying more food. And you putting that new food on top of that old food. So you don't see it. Then they end up food waste. Because that doesn't happen to me plenty of time. But I stopped that. Mm-mm. Because I already said I was going to pull me some chicken wings out. I was going to barbecue probably next Friday. I wasn't going to wait till the holiday. I'm going to barbecue. I'm going to get up that Friday morning. I'm going to throw some wings on there. And I believe I have cut up baby back rib in there. And that's what I'm going to have. Baked beans and potato salad. I might make me a homemade peach cobbler. I had a taste for that. A homemade peach cobbler. And I was going to eat off of that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Because I'm going to make enough to last me for a while because I'm the only one going to be able to eat that. My son not going to eat it. See there? Because I know it. That done happened to me cleaning my cabinets and stuff out and stuff don't even be open and it be expired. You be like, dang, I forgot I had this. Yep. Yep, homemade peach cobbler. I just got to make sure make my own crust. I got to make sure I have my cinnamon because my son be putting cinnamon. He be making them coffee drinks and stuff. I got to make sure I got my cinnamon in there. I see a seasoning in there that I'm out of, and I didn't know I was out of. He used it, then didn't tell nobody. Yep. Make me a homemade peach cobbler. Mm-mm-mm. I can't tell nobody that because they know that my son don't eat meat and all that stuff. What you cooking? Girl, please. I tell him I'll probably go get me a hamburger. You ain't gonna eat no hamburger for no holiday. Now, how you gonna tell me what I'm gonna eat? Next thing you know, here's my friend. She pop up over here. Girl, look at all this food. You see it? But I don't mind it. We sit out on the patio and we talk. Oh, you had a lot of plastic. Yep. I know what you're saying. A lot of that be discolored. You just in a way, just throw all that stuff in the trash. I know when you get to cleaning that stuff, like on top of my freezer, it's stuff up there, but it's not mine. It's like that protein stuff. I don't. My son. I be like every day I walk in the kitchen and I look up there and I glance. I say after a while, I'm gonna ask him, did you checking the dates on this stuff? Cause it been up here. Then one of them he told me it was nasty. So I'm like, if it's nasty, is you using it? Let me show you. Like this stuff here. Then this one. It's a big one. It's a whole thing of this. You know, that stuff will get old if you don't. And it's a big container. You have to use that stuff. This is vitamin C. This is not even open. Uh, I think he got this. It was almost the emergency immune support. I need to be taking this. Because I remember he stopped at CVS or something and he said this was on clearance. Um, I'm just trying to see what they all have in here. Mm. Because I take this stuff to work with me. Because it's like immune support. It's compared to emergency. Yes, I like Whitney Houston. Um, um, what's that song? There's a lot of her songs I like. When she's saying, but she said it's okay or something, but I'ma make it anyway. That's okay. I think I heard that song on the radio the other day. Mm. And that woman knows she can sing, I tell you. And then she did that national anthem. Oh my goodness. Oh, that woman knows she can sing. But it's just, I don't know. Because you don't want to judge nobody and you don't know, but those drugs, you know. No, it's not. It's not Rihanna. It's Whitney Houston. You like Rihanna, partner? You like Rihanna? She ain't made music in a long time. I listen to all type. I like older music, 70s, 80s, 90s. I love Janet Jackson. I remember one of my kids, I don't know, I think it was my daughter. She brought me a Janet Jackson album. It was like one of her newer ones, and that song was just inappropriate. Ooh, that song was inappropriate. I was playing that stuff in the car. I never stopped playing that. I just kept on. I was like, oh my goodness. And it was like, if I would have knew that stuff was on there, yes, honey, I didn't know Janet, but they knew the older Janet, but they didn't know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What is this? All these new programs they showcased and coming on in the fall. You be able, I guess I just be in my room, just be binge watching stuff. Yep, that's it. That's it, Delante. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Oh yeah. She be touring and everything. I'm follow her on Instagram. And I love You Give Good Love. I like that one. Mm. Yeah, Janet Jackson, boy, I tell you, I love Prince. My whole room is just nothing but Prince. All on the bed and the wall. Oh my goodness. Because for me, when it came to Prince, Prince is 14 years older than me. But this the thing of it with that man. I never in my life saw a man that looked that good. That man didn't have a stomach. That man, I mean, he was just fine. And that's like back home being an older gentleman. And I think that's what got that for me because I was, I never saw that. And I think that's what was really surprising for me with Prince. But they say he never drunk nothing. He never, smoked. He was a vegetarian. Yeah, he was vegetarian and things like that. But then for him, somebody 14 years older than me, you know, that's just like I never saw it before, and that was like, wow. So I guess it's about a person maybe taking care of themselves, and I don't know what it is, but I ain't never saw nobody look like that. I remember someone told me, yeah, Sierra, yeah, cause Sierra dances like Janet. She sure do. She dances like Janet. Cause I remember a guy. I think I had to been maybe at the gym or something. Cause I knew I had like my shirt. I had on like the top up here, but my stomach was out. And I think I was walking and doing something. And I remember a man, I showed him a picture of me, and he said, "You don't have a stomach." And I said, "Yes, I do. It's right here." He said, "No." He said, "Your stomach is flat." And I said, "Yeah." And he said he never, um, I guess had talked to somebody or something, and they had a flat stomach. And I said, "What?" So I get it, cause I know you see certain people, and I guess he probably thought by me being older, And I said, no. I said I walk a lot. I said I be in my basement and I do things. I had people told me that, but I know the feeling because I had that feeling with someone else. I never saw that before. It's like it's rare. It's rare, especially when you get started menopausing and all that stuff. A whole lot of stuff change. Everything shift. I guess the View is still on vacation. I think they come back September. I don't know what day. Do you watch the View, partner? You know what day they come back on air? Cause I turned over here now, but it says it's an old episode from June 4th. So I don't know. Oh, Wendy Williams, I did too. Yeah. Wow. Yep, I love Wendy Williams. Then she's still doing good. The way how they was talking, like she wasn't. So I don't know. They probably did that stuff to her because of money. Oh, you don't watch it? Okay. Because whenever I have an off day or I have vacation time, I love watching The View. Yeah, that is true. But she was doing good, and but they do that. And a person would try to get over you to kind of control your finances. And I believe that's what it was. They try to find something on her. She probably was having a issue, like could have been mental breakdown. And they took that and ran with that, saying she had dementia and Alzheimer's. You just don't know. To get control of her finances. Alrighty, you guys. I'm gonna go over here and watch The View for a little bit, and then mop my floors. Um, I know, majority of my followers probably is at school, cause I would head over here on TikTok, but they might be at school. Um, well, I see. I might go on Instagram, but they might be at school. But anyway, you guys, I thank you for watching and coming in and spending part of your morning with me. I'm about to watch The View, and I'm about to mop my floors and prepare for my tacos. And I love you guys. I come back on and do a live, whatever, when I sit down and eat my tacos. So make sure the notification is on and be checking for me. And I will be back. I will be back. I will be back later. Bye, guys.